you to record.
Thank you.
Great.
Okay, we're good.
Okay, awesome. Great. Oh, here we have Samantha. And we have everybody's here. Lucy, I haven't met Lucy yet. Samantha, I haven't met you yet. Hi.
Hi.
Lucy, the brand new coach.
Great. Well, welcome. This is going to be a great topic for everybody tonight. So first, I want to kind of get a little business out of the way. So I want to give you some announcements of what's coming up soon. So first of all, there's no huddle next week at this time. Jamil's going to be doing a mini boot camp. I hope you guys have all signed in to do that. And it's going to be about sponsoring coaches. So that's going to be really great, a great training, and that's going to be every day next week. So I encourage all of you to do that. It's going to be great. I'm going to do it. And that's going to be really great for our Coach Explore incentive for this month. Last month they had the celebration incentives. And, who's not on mute? Is everybody on mute?
I'm sorry, Kim. Can you mute everybody? Just go to
let me do that.
Mute all.
Sorry. I'm new to this. I mute myself. Can everybody just mute themselves? That would be awesome. Just click it and then just click mute. I think you guys all did it. Okay, perfect. Okay, so so we're having our sponsoring incentive for this month. And the top prize is $300. And so those are for Coach Explore calls. So if you do, that's the competition we're having for this month. And the winner is going to be announced at the Rise Up Summit, which is going to be in March. The Rise Up convention's in March from the 19th to the 21st in Arizona. And so I encourage you guys to go to that. I went last year as a first-time coach, and it was amazing. It was really inspiring. And there was a lot of really good training. I encourage everybody to be there. And just to be able to be with one another, it's going to be really great. So those are the announcements for the week. So today what we're going to be talking about is we're going to be talking about social media. And one of the things that I really was thinking a lot about social media this week, I listened to a podcast from one of my friends is studying to be a life coach. And so she sends me the podcast that she listens to, and she's actually in school doing this. So she sends me some stuff. So she sent me I was listening to this whole thing about social media and social media mindsets. And so I thought that would be really great to talk about tonight. So I'm just going to go over a few mindsets that we have, we may have coming into doing social media and how that relates to our businesses. So that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. So I know that you guys have heard, if you haven't heard, it takes 7 to 12 times for a person to connect with you before they'll be interested in doing business with you. And so that includes the times that they see you in person, that's connecting with you on Facebook, that's connecting with you on Instagram, just interacting with you 7 to 12 times before they even decide to do business with you. So that's going to happen. Social media is kind of the glue that connects the personal interactions that we have with people with the not personal interactions. People are on social media all day. It used to be like in real life, and then in social media you had two different, kind of personas, but it's not like that anymore because the digital world and real life are the same world. And that's just the world we live in 2020. I put up a post a couple weeks ago about my teeth. I got new teeth, and I went to church that Sunday, and I had so many people coming up to me talking to me about my teeth. And at first I was like, wait, what? I didn't talk to you about my teeth, but I actually did because I put up a post about it. And so for them, it was just natural for them to talk to me about it. So just remember that real life and social world life, social media life, it's the same thing. And, but the social media, what it is it's a tiny little drip, drip, drip into the lives of these people. They're seeing you every day. And so that's where they're going to be interacting with you every single day is on social media. So social media is a really great place because it's free. Number one, it's free. And it's a great place to promote your business. And I think that there's a couple mindsets that go on when you start a business. I've been a business owner for like 15 years doing photography. And so when I started doing my business on social media had just come out. So I always use social media for my business, but a lot of people just use social media for just interacting with their friends and family. And so when you're first starting off trying to get clients and talking about what you do as a health coach, it can be kind of weird because you're doing something that's business oriented onto your social media. But it's a really great place to really share your business and stuff right there onto because A, it's free, and B, everybody's looking at it. So there's a lot of possibilities for people to see what you're doing, and it's a really great place for people to see you and what the transformation that you've gone through, and to inspire others to want to do that too. And so not just, how you look, but also about your mindset, all the positive things that have come through Optavia, you're sharing on your social media, and that's going to inspire other people to want to come and join you and work with you in your business. So some of the mindsets that we think of, I'm going to talk about, they're what we call chatter in the Optavia world, is we get these like little ideas in our head and we listen to that chatter and then it stops us. And so the first thing that I was thinking about is, sometimes we think we have to have a lot of followers on Facebook or on social media before people will listen to us. So, you see these people who are selling a product or they're selling a thing and they have 10,000 followers and they're always trying to get more followers, and you feel like you have to have a ton of followers before you're even going to have an influence on anybody. And that's not true. That's not a true mindset. You don't need to have 10,000 followers to have a voice or to influence anybody. We're not looking for, I don't know about you, but I don't need 10,000 clients. I can't handle 10,000 clients, but, we're doing a relationship business. So we're trying to have authentic relationships with people, and we can't keep up 10,000 relationships with people every single day. So, we don't need that many followers on Facebook. So, don't think that you have to have 1 million followers on Facebook before you're going to be having a good impact in the social media world. It's about engagement. It's about conversations. It's about being intentional and having real life conversations with people. And so as you're building your social media and you're adding people, we do the 3x3x3, which is, posting 3 times a day, starting 3 conversations a day, and adding 3 people a day. And so as you're doing that, you're going to be adding new people into your social media. Try to make those authentic connections with people. It's not about, going through and just adding thousands of people. You want to have true, authentic relationships with people. The second mindset that we may have is that we have to be an extrovert. If only I was more outgoing, more people would be engaged with my posts. Or if only I was more outgoing or I was an extrovert, I could do social media a little bit better. And that's not a correct mindset, because social media is actually the introvert's paradise. I'm an introvert, and I love social media. And let me tell you why. There's a few reasons that I love social media as an introvert. First of all, I could do it on my own time, which is really, really great. I could do it when I have a few minutes alone. I could just go right on there. I don't have to schedule a time to do it. I can choose what I want to share and when I want to share it. I can choose to share it publicly or privately. There's a little button on your post. So when you are sharing, if you want to share something publicly, I encourage everybody to have a public Facebook page. It just encourages your interactions with more and more people. But when you do put a post up, you can choose to share it privately. So if there's something that you want to share just with your friends or just a few people, you can choose to do that. So, you don't have to be so outgoing that you share everything. And you can do it wherever you want. Our business is on the phone. So I can do it, at the coffee shop. I could do it, whenever I get a free minute. And the last thing I love about being an introvert and doing social media is I could think about my post before I post it, which is really great. I don't know how many times I have written out a post and then deleted the entire thing and then redid it and then put it up. So, that's a great thing. Being an introvert is I can think about what I want to post. So you don't have to be an extrovert to be really, really good at doing social media. The third thing that we think about is, I don't know how to make my public life and my business life, I don't know how to do that on social media. How much am I going to post about my private life? How much am I going to post about my business life? And how am I going to do that now that I have a business? I have a relational business where I'm on social media trying to encourage clients to come and join me in this health journey. So, like I said, you can choose what you're going to put on Facebook, whether you want it public or private. And that's a really great thing for when you're trying to, you want to be more out there, you want to share your life, you want to be more open, but you can choose whether or not you're going to share it privately or publicly. If you have a business page, I have a business page for I had it for my photography, and now I use it for my health coaching. Anything you share on your business page, only people who follow your business page could see that. So I would encourage, if you don't want to have a ton of things on your personal page, you can have a business page, invite tons and tons of people to like it, and share your tips, share your recipes, share anything that you want to share from health coaching right there on your business page, and it's all right there. So that's something that you could do as well. You can also, I think that being personal and really sharing some of your personal stuff, not just about health coaching and, your transformation, other people's transformations, all the things that go along with health coaching, but sharing your personal life on Facebook, this is a relational. So when you're sharing that, you're sharing about who you are. That's who they're going to be doing business with. So especially when you're doing a business like this with coaching, because it is so relational. I have a lot of clients, I'm sure you guys do too, where the hardest thing that they have in their life that they don't want to share about is their weight struggle. And when you're open and you're honest on your Facebook pages and your social media about your own struggle, it's going to make people want to open up to you and want to work with you because you're open, And so as you share and you shine and you share your struggles and your victories and everything right there on Facebook, that's going to encourage them to open up to you. So then when you're messaging them and asking them if they know anybody, they know that you are real and you're authentic because you struggle through it and they've seen your journey. So I encourage you to really do open up your private life. And, a lot of people have this 80-20 is kind of the golden rule when you're sharing about your business. So like 80% of the time, talk about your business, 20% of the time, talk about your personal life. And, having that personal stuff in there, like I said, really makes you a real person. So don't just post about your business, talk about what you did today, talk about your family, your life. People want to hear from you. They want to hear about how you parent. They want to hear about, what things that are important to you. My daughter actually, I have a little story. She's a photographer, and she got a client, and the client was asking her, she took pictures a certain way, and she doesn't really take them that way. So she recommended a few other photographers, and the client kept coming back to her and saying, I want to use you, even though you don't take pictures the way I would like them. And I told her, I said, it's because she likes you. She wants you to be there. And this was birth photography. So it's a very intimate kind of a relationship that she is going to have with this client. And this client trusts her and knows her because, of what she puts up on her social media and her authenticity that she shares just right there in her photography page. So even in that kind of a business, she could just be putting up pretty pictures all day long, but she doesn't. She puts up about her kids and her life and, what's going on. So I would encourage you, don't stop sharing about who you are in your personal life just because you have a business. So this fourth thing is social media is too hard to learn and takes too long. That's something that we hear all the time, when we're trying to share with coaches about, or potential coaches to come on and join us, that I don't have the time. They think that we're on social media, 8 hours a day, all day long. They think that it's going to take forever. And so there's this mindset that I just don't have the time and it's just too hard for me to learn. Well, first of all, I think everybody here has done the 5-in-1, right? And if you can learn the 5-in-1 and do that brand new, you can do anything. You know, we stayed on program. I lost 60 pounds. I mean, if we added up the total amount of weight that was all of these people here, you know, think about what you've already accomplished. Learning something new, you can do it. It's not that hard, you know. And also, you know, we don't spend as much time in social media as people think. If you just plan out your posts for like, you know, spend maybe 30 minutes a week planning out what you're going to post for the week, and maybe 15 to 20 minutes a day, you know, that is just the amount of time that, you know, and the rest of the time what we do, let me tell you what I do. I wake up in the morning and I open up Facebook and I start scrolling, and then an hour went by. You know, raise your hand if you're that person, because that's what happens to me. I get sucked into it, right? But if we're purposeful and we are intentional, that's the key word, to be intentional. We know what we're going to post. We go on there, we post our things, we comment, we like and send messages to people. It doesn't really take that long. So that mindset is just blown out of the water right there. The next thing is nobody cares about what I have to say. And, you know, this is a mindset that can really set you back. You know, I have nothing really, you know, nobody really cares. Let me tell you, everyone wants to know the secret to living well. Everybody. You have a gift that people are praying for right now. And what you have to share with these people can change their lives. I'm sure every single one of us can tell a story about a client's life that was changed through this program. My life was changed through this program. I have a client who's been on program for a month, and he was on disability, depressed. He had high cholesterol, everything. At the beginning, January 1st, he started program. After 2 weeks, he dropped 25 pounds, applied to go back to work, and his life has completely changed. And so this is the answer to a solution that so many people have. People are longing to hear what you have to say. You know, don't feel like you have nothing to say. You know, you do. You have, your very life is an inspiration to so many people. So remember that. Remember that when you feel like you have nothing to say. The last thing I want to talk about, and this is a little practical. I'm a practical person. I'm like, give me some steps, show me what to do. I need to have some numbers. The final mindset that holds me back is I don't know what to say. You know, like, what do I post? What am I going to post today? You know, I feel like that's my daily thing that I struggle with. And that mindset could really stop you from sharing. And so I have some practical tips for this. First of all, find people that you like to follow, you know, and it could be the coaches that are in this group. It could be coaches that are in our extended group, our 0 to 5. It could be Jamil. It could be anybody. Find somebody that you connect with and look at what they're posting. See what you like about them. Why do you like to watch them? Are they authentic? I love Priscilla Nelson is like one of my favorite people that I love to look and see what she's putting up, because I just feel that she's so authentic and she truly wants to help people. And so what I do is when I see a post that I feel is going to be really, you know, something that I would like to build on and make my own, is I will save it. And so on Facebook, you can save the post and you can put it into a folder. And so I have a folder called posting ideas. And so I put it right in there and posting ideas. And then later on, when I'm planning my posts out for the week, I'll look through my posting ideas and I'll see, oh, Priscilla put up this post about, you know, this, or I saw another post, not just coaches, you know, I follow a lot of people. And so I may have seen a post from somebody else or a little video, or even, you know, like things that like dumb things, like not dumb, but things like I went to this coffee shop and I tried this amazing coffee and it was so great. And you guys need to come and you need to try this coffee and tell me what you think about it. You know, that's a great post because it's a personal post about something that you liked, and it's going to create interaction. And so, you know, you may save that and think to yourself, okay, I'm going to do something like that this week. So those are just going to really give you ideas for the week. And, you know, think about the other thing too, is what do you value? You know, what kind of things do you value? I love to hike. Hiking and being outside is one of the things I value. And so every time I hike, I plan out that I'm going to be posting about that. And so I actually bought a little tripod camera, like to hold my camera, my iPhone. And so I bring that with me. It's in my backpack. So I hike alone most of the time with my dog. And so I just bring that with me. And so I plan out where I'm going to stop and then take a couple shots. And then later on, I plan and talk about that hike. And so think about the things that are important to you, what you value, and plan out to share that with others. You know, people want to hear from you. They want to hear what's valuable to you and what's important to you. And really think, like, why are you posting it? That's the other thing too, is really think about, you know, I'm going to post this thing and why am I going to post this? Am I posting it because I want to create interaction with people? That's a really good reason. Am I posting it because I want to give some facts? I did a big post about water yesterday. You know, I'm trying to get people to understand that drinking water is really great. And we talk about drinking water as health coaches. So, you know, really think about why you want to do it. And keep your posts positive and fun, informative. And, you know, you guys are going to do great on social media, personal and relational. Be relatable. And you guys you'll just get people drawn to you. And they're going to want to do business with you. So that's all I got, guys. And, you know, I just want to open it up to any kind of questions or any examples that you have thought about as I've been talking of any, you know, examples of posts or anything that you want to share. So you guys can unmute yourself. I don't know how to do it, unmute all.
I would love to say something.
Okay, go ahead.
That was awesome. That was so great, so helpful. Page of notes. I loved your tips for sure. And something that I heard yesterday at the coach breakfast, Monica was talking about social media, and it kind of speaks to everything that you were saying about what to post and everything, and thinking about how we brand ourselves. And she said that she heard it from another coach, of course. You pick 5 to 7 things that resonate with you, that kind of like emulate you. You mentioned like hiking, and you know, whatever, like for me, it's like empty nesters or real estate or whatever. And you choose those 5 to 7 things to kind of help you with your branding and help you know, think of ideas to post. And so that was, you know, something that can kind of help and segue in what you said. I loved everything. I wrote down all your 5 tips and I thought it was great. And I also love that you said social media is an introvert's paradise, because we do so much on social media, and that is such a great tip, because people that we want to explore about coaching and stuff, well, I'm introverted, blah, blah, blah. Look at what you can do on social media. You can blow it out of the water with social media for those introverts. So I love that you said that.
Yeah, and the introverts too, you know, we usually coach one-to-one, and introverts thrive on one-to-one conversations. I love going to coffee with one person. I can do 2 people. Any more than that, and I'm going to have to go home and take a nap, you know? So, you know, introverts, you know, when they say, oh, I just don't, this is an amazing opportunity for introverts.
I love that.
That's awesome. I also quickly want to chime in. One of the things that you talked about was like practical posts. And, you know, when we share, we want to bring value to the marketplace. It's not just about the business. So like, for instance, in the last couple of weeks, like I've done a couple of things that I found. Like I found the Google Photos app, you know, for iPhone users. And I thought it was like a brilliant little secret for me that, you know, you can download your pictures in there instead of the iCloud, because it's so confusing. And I had like 4 people with iPhones message me that they did that, you know, and that it was the best thing I could have shared. And then yesterday I talked about a detangler that I use for my daughter's hair, because it was like, I was like, this is a mom hack. I'm not advertising or endorsing. I just want to share this with other moms and dads because my daughter loves this thing, you know? And like 6 moms PM'd me that they have all bought it on Amazon, you know? So just kind of like practical posts of different things. It doesn't just have to be water tips and like lean greens and stuff like that, but anything that's working for you that you feel someone else will relate to. It's an easy way to practice your lives. It's an easy way to practice the Insta stories because you're like talking to yourself but you know what you're talking about because you know about the product you're going to talk about or the app you're going to talk about and you're confident, you know? So it's an easy way to get in front of your Insta stories or your Facebook stories to share about that practical hack or practical tip or whatever. And then one more thing is the Insta stories and the Facebook story polls. Those things are powerful. I think in today's world, they're starting to become even more powerful than the regular posts, to be honest with you. Because like, look at your viewers and you'll be blown away how many people are looking at your stories, how many people are polling, you know? And I had a coach reach out to me. She told me, nobody's like, you know, polling on my stuff. And I told her, girl, it takes consistency. Like you got to be consistent with the polls. And if nobody polls, you know what I do? I vote myself, you know, to get the ball rolling. I vote myself.
I totally do that.
So, you know, it's the best thing because it really opens conversations. When I do before and afters and I ask people, are you ready to get started? No, I'm waiting. I have conversations to go. The people that clicked on no, I'm waiting, I'm like, what's holding you back now? Like, why aren't you going for your health? But I'm not trying to like shove my program down their throat. I just want to know why they don't want to get healthy right now. And then the people that say, yes, I'm ready to get healthy, I ask them, what are you doing? Do you have a plan? Do you have a goal? What are you going to do? Blah, blah, blah. And then it gives me the opportunity to share the program. So like you said, Kim, I think getting used to like, I know that in today's world, it's so like we're evolving so quickly. You know, it's like you just learned the stories and then something else came out. And you're like, oh my gosh, I just learned this right now. Now I have to keep up with the times. There's something else. It's like James asked me, he's like, what's that called? Insta TV or something? He was like, Instagram. He's like, do you know what is? I'm like, what the heck is Instagram TV? I just got the Insta stories and the polls and the votes and the gifts. I'm like, what is this whole He's like, well, you might want to Google that and see what that's all about because that's a new fad on Instagram. Yeah. I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, but we have to stay relevant. That's the thing. That's the most important thing, that we have to stay relevant. And if you're not keeping up with the social media world, you're going to stay behind. And you know what? Google University. If you don't know how to use the Insta stories, go on youtube.com and be like, how do I use Insta stories? How to use the polls? Once you get it, you get it. It's easy. But it's important that we stay relevant in social media because, you know, people are on that thing like crazy. So
and don't get overwhelmed because like I said, like you guys did program and you rocked it, and you guys are doing coaching and you're rocking this. And so you can learn the social media, Insta stories, all this stuff. It's just something new to learn. And you can post across the board. So, you know, if you put up a post in Facebook, you could also do the same post in your Insta stories because different people are going to see it. And like Priscilla said, more people are going to see it in your Insta stories and in your Facebook stories, but you can post it across the whole thing. So you don't have to spend hours on social media. And putting up the Insta stories is super easy because all you do is just snap a picture and then just put it right up. Like it literally takes 2 seconds. And you can even type something over it that just takes a couple extra seconds. I watch my daughters who are all like young adults. And one of my daughters has 150,000 followers on what's that? TikTok. On TikTok, she has 150,000 followers. And she works 8 hours a day. She's a busy person. She does everything. And she just plans it all out. She's on there. She doesn't watch TV because she's too busy. This is her second job. And so she's trying to get a following. She's trying to do her marketing. She just got sponsored for Hot Topic. It's now sponsoring her. So, and it's huge. And it's just because she kept doing it and being consistent. She has her followers. It's the consistency. She's constantly posting, and sometimes she only have like a couple of minutes and she'll just do a couple of minutes. Sometimes she wakes up in the morning, she has no makeup on, nothing. And she just does a short little video and sends it, you know, puts it up. So, you know, don't feel like you have to be a beauty queen. You have to be, you know, wearing the most expensive clothes or have, you know, the most expensive things. Just share who you are and be authentic because that's what they want to see. They don't want to see you in expensive clothes every single day. They want to see you being a real human being every single day. You know, that's what's going to draw people. So, yep.